All right, y'all. Hello.
All right, I'm up.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to our remembrance memorial for Mrs. Peabody. I'm TK. You already know, but I like to announce it.
Yeah. Let's see.
We're cat co-parents to the best cat ever, the best cat ever, the best looking cat ever, the cat with the most angles, Mrs. Peabody. So just we're just gonna just talk about our cat today. Feel free to share. C will say some official words, then open the floor to you all to just share, like it's not us just that lost a friend, but like what did Miss Peabody mean to you, or does your little pet friend mean to you, or any pet that you've loved that has gone over the rainbow bridge. What did they mean to you? So it doesn't have to be, passed on, just something about your pet,
Right.
and or whatever you learned about Miss Peabody. And then at the end, Charlotte Mishell is going to read the obituary, and we have a slideshow because she was so photogenic and she had so many friends, and we want to share that with you. So
let's get into it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So thank you everybody for joining us this afternoon. You could be anywhere, but of course you love Feisty and you love us, so you with us. I wanted to start by saying how this whole shit started as far as my part of it, like my part of the game. All right. So, we started Bondfire Radio in the old house in Flatbush. And one day something happened, there's a cat. I come in the house and there's a note. There's a note that said there's a cat in the house. Now, I'm an adult, never had a cat. I like animals or whatever, but it's weird when there's a note that says there's a cat in the house, but there's no sign of a cat. So I looked all over the house, could not find this cat. I could not find Feisty. Somehow, Feisty had found one of these closets in the basement that you push it and you open it and you can close it. Somehow she got into that closet and she was just hanging out there. And I found her. And also, there's this weirdness of like, there's a cat and I don't know what kind of cat. I don't know what the temperament is going to be. I don't know if she's just going to pop out anyway and scratch me, that type of shit.
I just realized I didn't leave you no details.
No.
Cat in the house. I got to go to work. Bye.
Right. And I mean, if you know us, it makes perfect sense. This is the story of our lives together. But
no details, just vibes.
So this is early when we're about to start the station. We hadn't even started, right?
2013 we started.
Okay.
So she was there for the whole shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so the basement's gutted. So I get an air mattress and I blow it up downstairs and I just kind of hang out with her. So she ends up imprinting. She comes out of her little hiding. She walks around the mattress, you know what I mean? And for the next day or two, it was kind of like she was getting to know me and she imprinted on me. And to her leaving, she recognized the voice, the bass in the voice. If I call her, she's there. And
she would stop doing crazy shit.
Yeah, she'd just do it. You know what I mean? She that stop kind of look, oh, I got caught. Anytime I would say something to her. But yeah, that was my introduction to Feisty. And we had some very interesting times. I can tell you one time, I was like, well, what's the point of having a cat if cats don't get rid of rats and rodents in the house? We had thrown a party and we left the basement open, one of those backyardmans. A lot of y'all have been to the parties. And we forgot about it, whatever. And one night, out the corner of my eye, again, I'm in the basement, I see something moving, and it's not Feisty, it's a possum. So I get on the internet, I start looking, how do you get rid of possum? First of all, it costs like $800 to get rid of a possum. So I said, next thing, how do you get rid of a possum? YouTube. So I'm looking at YouTube, trying to figure it out. And I'm mad at Feisty because
this motherfucker
she just sniffed it and then went on. I was like, you supposed to
just sniffed this motherfucker. She didn't even chase it. Low-key, you know this, we got her. Well, I asked the universe for a cat because we live in New York.
A rat got in the house.
A rat got in the house.
All them years, a rat got in the house. That's
Miss Peabody was so she was just like, guys, oh, look at you guys.
Not my job.
Not my job. Super not my job. There was also like a little mouse. This motherfucker was like, this is the little mouse. This is Miss Peabody. Hey, friend. Oh, look at you. How about that? Hey guys, it's a little mouse. It's cute. Oh, so she was not that. She was, let's call her an animal lover. She was
sometimes she was an animal lover because then I don't know, a lot of you may know if you listen, you might on the station, Nigga Cat. So it was a cat called Nigga Cat, this black and white cat that used to show
from outside.
From outside, used to show up in the backyard. And then one day, I guess Feisty just let this nigga in. And ever since that day, we would watch out for Nigga Cat, would feed him here and there, and he would disappear. And then we would wonder, is he still good? Is he okay? A couple of weeks later, we see him in front of the house. Feisty was probably like 1 for 2 in fights. She got her ass kicked like one time when that back door was open. But one time I had to get after her because she was trying to fuck up some kittens. And I was like, come on, Feisty.
Yeah, no.
Come on, Feisty. That's not how we didn't raise you.
We didn't raise you
to
like
attack children.
But this cat came from another community member. Her name is Sarah White. She's an artist, a singer, all the things. And I'm gonna play the message that she left me after I told her about Miss Peabody crossing over. So let's share. Hello, thank you so much for the message. Yeah. I'm so sorry to hear about Mrs. Feisty passing on. I kind of hope she'd live forever, but I'm so grateful that you were able to have all this time with her. I mean, I've been back here since 2012, so that's 10 years, and we didn't know what we were gonna do with her because she did not like the car. She was freaking out, and we realized that she wasn't down for the trip. And it was kind of a lifesaver and also just a blessing to have her go to a home where she was happy and loved. And she seemed a lot happier with you than she was with us. I'll tell you that much. I'll never forget. I'll never forget when we gave her to you. You said that she ain't gonna be on any furniture. Like, you were just like, nah, this is how it's gonna be. And then I loved watching the climax of y'all's relationship. You know, Feisty and you just kind of getting closer and closer, and Feisty all up in your couch and all in your life. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. I got some bad news about my mom's health yesterday, so it was kind of like, damn, not another thing, but this is life. This is life. All we can do is appreciate it, and you know, sometimes we gotta let it go. Sending you love. All right, y'all. So that was Sarah White, her first mom. Then they had kids in the house, and you know, it was a lot. So what happened was they were moving to Minneapolis, and it takes 24 hours to drive there. And what I found out later in me and Miss Peabody's life is that she doesn't like to go outside. She doesn't like to go in the car. She doesn't like to go anywhere. And I love her for that because I'm a little bit of social anxiety introvert TK. So me and her vibe like that. Mrs. Peabody saved our lives at least once. So there was a fire. Yeah, y'all.
That's how you tell a story.
I don't hit the climax. It's about Miss Peabody. It's not about the fire.
All right, I'm going to tell you
Do it.
What happened. So like one day, I think I was going out and you probably was sleeping because you had to go to work in the evening. And basically she kept being weird. She just kept doing the most, just kept it up. And I was going to leave, but I didn't leave because I felt a little weird about her being weird, and you were asleep. And then finally I woke you up. I was like, you know what? She won't shut up. And then what we noticed, this is around Sandy.
Yeah, Hurricane
Sandy happened. What we noticed outside, what do you call it? The what you call it line? Power line falls down on a tree outside the house, and the tree is on fire. So we go out, whatever, she was bugging out. Now, she didn't see the fire, but you know, animals, they have instincts or something. But she just kept on. She kept on until, you know, I just was like, this is crazy. And we went outside, trees on fire, and forever, I would never forget that because it was just different. And also, she didn't really make a lot of noise. She didn't do a lot of talking.
No, she wasn't talking for the first couple of years
she
to
didn't
us.
say much. Before we started the station, we had gutted the basement. Feisty basically, you know, had a kitty litter box downstairs.
Yeah.
And after we changed and like new wallpaper and painted and got some equipment and started doing Bondfire radio in the basement, one of the things and one of the reasons why she's so famous is because, well, she met so many people coming to the house for that first couple of years of doing radio. Thing is, she used to pee downstairs. So Feisty every once in a while, and I swear it would be anywhere between an hour to like 10 minutes before a guest showed up, with proper ass right down at the bottom of the stairs, pee, look right at you in the face as you setting up for radio in the morning, and then wander her ass back upstairs.
And then we would have to like
clean up, like do a crazy
but,
clean.
You know, cat pee has an odor and a residue
in a basement.
So we would just pretend that it wasn't. What? I don't know what. How you doing? We gonna interview you. Smell of cat pee, just like under your nose and shit. Just, she's been a good team member to us, except for those times.
And then sometimes I do remember she would like reach through the railing, because we were set up with the tables, like the guest tables and the host table, with our backs to the stairs. So every once in a while, in the middle of a show, she'd wander down, but she wouldn't come all the way down, and she would kind of just reach through the. I know there was actually a couple of photos of her reaching through the railing, and peering and peeping at us.
I know there's some pet people in here, so feel free to talk about your pet.
I'll say a little piece. You know, I am extremely allergic to cats. y'all know TK and Conscious. I'm extremely allergic to cats. And whenever I was there, you know, Miss Peabody would shimmy. We do the little shimmy and try to you know, we do the leg thing, and then you'd say something, and then she would back off. You know what I'm saying, and stay and stay away. So I just wanna give a loving shout to the only kitty cat feline that didn't bust up my nose and make my eyes water, and was respectful of my space. You know what I'm saying? Like, was respectful of my space, and yeah, just shouts and ease and grace. Yeah.
Janna said she was the third host of TK in the AM. Absolutely. Gibran said a few years ago, I pet sit over the weekend. It took Miss Peabody less than 5 minutes to come up to me and settle with me after you all left. She sat with me while we watched a Spanish show together. She was a very friendly cat, feisty but friendly. Absolutely. Child, she'll watch a show in any language with you, long as it's with you and just you petting her. So thank you, Gibran, for that. Angela said at one point, I sent TK side-by-side photos of how Miss Peabody was starting to resemble her owner. Oh my God. Yeah, we started to, like, our eyes started to do a thing. She also taught me mad stuff about angles. If you notice the trajectory of my selfie game, they've increased exponentially. My selfies got way better once I got the cat. So there's that. And Janna said that she had the sweetest energy, really calming, even though she was feisty. So, woo.
So in terms of cat sitting, shout out to OG Omari. Every once in a while, the president and the vice president got to go out of town, so somebody's got to watch the cat. So back in Bed-Stuy, Omari came to watch Feisty, and was like, "Yo, OG, just you can chill." Snacks and all that other stuff. Just stay in the house. Do your thing. Some people, they'll come check on the animal or water the plants and then they'll leave. We were like, nah, stay. You get a moment of reprieve just so you can kind of chill. he was there all but one day before he messaged us, and he said she won't leave me alone, and he couldn't go to sleep, so he left.
He fed her and everything.
Yeah, he was like,
he had to
I don't think he was very comfortable with the jumping on the bed and being in his face.
Eileen asked, where did her name come from? So it was like a amalgamation of what in my mind and her name. So her first owners called her Feist, and I was like, that's not enough. And I was like, Fiesty Misses. Because I'm like into like 3 names, right? I only have a first name and a last name. So I didn't get that, right? So Feisty Misses. She's a little Mrs. She's fancy. Mrs. Peabody sounds regal. She sounds like somebody from Downton Abbey or something. So like, boom, Feisty Misses Peabody. And, everybody had to call her by all 3. I mean, unless you knew her like that. She was a very formal lady. So there's
what I want to say is more to you. Because me living in Jersey, haven't moved to Jersey, and before that living in the Bronx, I did not have as much time as a lot of people on the call did with Miss Peabody. And so, but as you know, I've had pets since I was in the crib. So I got 2 that are sending love. My 2, Christian Grey is sleeping over here and Phoenix is in the back. But as you know too, I lost 2 of my cats like 3 months apart during COVID. They were a part of the same litter. They look like twins. And so a couple things that I want to say is if you do elect to get another cat child at some point, the other energies kind of still remain around, so don't be surprised. I'm not going to tell you that you have a cat ghost now, but what I am going to say is you're still going to feel them around a bit. And when other animals, be it cats or other, come into your space, they may also pick up on that. It's also going to be dependent on what you decided to do with her remains. I know you and I had a laugh the other day when I told you, I was like, I have a shrine to my cats, and people think it's decoration and they don't realize that there's like there's literally like cat ashes that look like decor like in my house, And so depending also, I was going to say you may also end up having her energy in the house, And so I would just say embrace it. Understand that if sensitive, we know babies and animals pick up on things, And so if you ever have that or feel like it's something kind of like, in the house, it's probably just Miss Peabody, like, hey, I'm on the other side, but I got to check in with my people here and there and just, make sure everybody's okay and y'all don't bring nobody reckless up in my crib.
Absolutely.
Like, they do stuff like that. So for me, I just kind of want to and I talk to, it's gonna sound crazy, I talk to people who have passed, and I also talk to animals who have passed. I actually, when I say goodnight to my living cats every night, I also rub the urn of my other cats and I say goodnight to them as well before I go to sleep. So
beautiful.
Yeah, no.
Quirky, but just some stuff for you to kind of take with it if it, helps at all.
So I just wanted to say I never really met her, but I knew her. I felt intimately because of your post. Like I would, and I think it was also a lot during COVID when you started taking pictures of her and saying what she was doing, how she was doing, and all of that. And I remember showing my mom's cats, like, yo, you could do this. Like, you could do this.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Pictures of you. And they were like, no, bitch, we not doing that. All of you are in the house, get away from me. But I remember watching the evolution of your friendship, especially during COVID when you had to spend time with each other. And there was no other way. And I remember like being like so, oh my God, Miss Peabody. And I heard she had a persona.
Yes.
She had a whole energy to her. So I was really sad when I heard she passed away. Yeah, I'm pregnant. Yeah. But like I was like, it was like a internet celebrity to me. I was just like, what do you mean? I don't understand. And I'm here with my boyfriend. He's like, what? It's like I gotta go to a funeral. Just sit down. Where do you want me to take you? I was like, no, it's online. Shh. It's for Miss Peabody. So he's been listening the whole time. Like, wow, y'all really love this cat.
We really.
And I was like, did you meet her? I was like, no, but she had that aura about her. And she was a Taurus cat, hands down. Like, she didn't want to be bothered with nobody, but as long as you did what you said you were gonna do, that's all that mattered to her.
Yeah.
And I do love, I do think that spirits are connected. Animal spirits are connected to us. And they help have us teach and learn and stuff like that. But I just love seeing her stretched out on the new couches and stuff like that. And my baby Boji, he's a doggy. He's asleep right now, but he definitely sends a lot of love and joy and blessings to you guys.
It becomes an interview. So I have a question for you. All right. So I want you to share with them when Feisty came.
What do you mean? Like literally?
Feisty, Mama Fifi, that whole situation.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
So we got her in 2012. Well, that's when I put the post up. And my grandmother was declining in health at that time. Actually, both of my grandmothers around that same 3-month period, but it was more so connected to the first one that was passing, Mama Fifi. And I got her in between the first hospital visit that my grandma, and the second one where she subsequently passed away. So in that middle period that she came home, because I would update my grandma on my life, and the life's update would be that I got a cat. So she knew at least in that window. And I'm like, Mama Fifi, look, I got a cat. Like, got a cat here. And so I just was just happy that she knew Miss Peabody, even though it was a photo, and that also Miss Peabody was there for me when I got that news, which me and my grandma were super close. So then she became like this kind of animal proxy for that loss. So like, not only was she the radio station's team member, not only was she just a cat, she was like literally the comfort in dark times. She's seen me and all of us, she's seen us through things.
Right.
Every job that jobs are my things, guy. I love, I'm Caribbean. I love to work. When jobs be hurting my feelings, and every time I got my feelings hurt by a job or a nigga, here come Miss Peabody, laying on my feet or something like that. So, and she's well traveled. She's been to every apartment that I've been at, and oh, hello, Julia's cat is eating on camera.
Oh my God! First of all, just want to say,
here to celebrate.
Yes, eat them snacks, little baby. Look at that baby.
oh my God! Whoa!
Oh, look, we're like,
There we go.
this is great. National Geographic on the Zoom, y'all. So anyway, it's just that's what a pet can do for you. There was no speeches, right? Everybody wants to rush to be like, fix a thing for you. And sometimes you don't need it to be fixed. You just need comfort.
Yeah.
Hello, we have another friend on the screen, Sam's dog.
Oh,
That's a pet.
We got pets on the screen. Pets on Zoom.
Oh my
That's
God.
gonna be our next hashtag, pets on Zoom. Pets on Zoom. Come
Pets on Zoom party.
pet on Zoom party.
Pet on Zoom
That would be
party.
so much
I'll come. I'm not gonna get another cat yet, but I'll come to y'all pets on Zoom party if y'all have one. So anyway, y'all.
We also have another one here.
Here's another one. Look at
And
Doggy.
over
What
there.
up, Steph? What up, dog?
Oh man.
Is celebrating.
Hashtag pets on Zoom.
That's right. That's on Zoom.
Brooklyn and Black Kitty. Hey, Brooklyn and Black Kitty are in New Jersey. There are New Jersey cat friends from Boots over there, Natasha. They send their love. Brooklyn sang the song of her people very loudly until almost 4 a.m. Tuesday night, which I truly would believe was in Miss Peabody's honor, in honor of her cat people. So yes,
Awesome.
I agree. Eileen said, I read a book once that defined cat intelligence as finding a solution to the new situation or problem as opposed to instinct. Once my late cat Felix hopped up on a counter, but only saw a box of utensils, no way to lay down. He looked around and saw an oven mitt. He pulled it over to get the box of utensils. Yo, they're basically
Yeah.
toddlers. Right? Like they can figure shit out.
Yeah.
Also, don't leave your toddlers alone. Let's see. Thank you, Merrill. Merrill makes beautiful bracelets, and she's gonna send me a Fiesty Misses Peabody bracelet. So y'all connect with Merrill. And I also want to give a shout out to Donovan, who made the Bill Cosby Huxtable family photo. Donovan is dope, and he's a boxing fan, and he likes to put people's heads in the knockout photos. So I knew he could do this. And he's also a great mover. So if you need a mover, let me know. Natasha also said, I have a beautiful urn for my first cat, Aurora. Her energy is definitely still at my mom's house. And I also, now that I'm making things, right, I'm going to make something to put Miss Peabody's ashes in.
I really want to know how much ashes we got. So if it's possible, we could make the rings.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get dead cat jewelry. All kinds of things are gonna happen. It's gonna be great.
That's the brand. That's the brand.
Dead cat jewelry.
Always stay with a hustle here.
It comes at a premium.
Yeah,
Evie said, yeah, the passing is one thing, but it's the day-to-day actions that'll catch you up emotionally. Feel for you truly. I remember when Atreyu died, my automatic cat feeder had a recording of me calling him to the feeder. Oh, bruh. It came on while the apartment was silent the night he passed, and I broke all the way down. That day-to-day is no joke.
That's nuts.
Whew. Trey said they really have their own personalities. My first cat, Panther, was laid back and sociable. He'd go up to anyone. My second cat, Mario, was more skittish and shy. If someone new came over, he was staying in my room. Word, they have their own.
Yeah, totally have different personalities.
So I just want to, first of all, bring my my Dora sends her love. Sends her happy love, and Dora trained me on how to love Miss Feisty, because I used to come over all the time, and I'd do. She would look at me like, "Fish, why are you calling my name like that?" And then I come sit down, and then just like Corey, I'm allergic to cats.
Yes,
right.
And my eyes would swell up and they run and they start to itch, but it would
and she would stay, y'all.
I sit right there, just like I didn't even feel it. And I think she knew this, because she would jump up in my lap and then rub her fur. All my clothes would be covered in feisty hair. And then I start scratching her up here. And then I get up under here. And then oh my goodness.
Yes.
Ooh, it was.
You definitely in the slideshow.
Actually, shout out to Airis, who's in the building. Airis, can I ask you to tell the streets about Tyra Mail?
Yeah. So that was my other name for Miss Peabody, Tyra Mail. She used to like strut, and she responded to it. And so one day I was at TK house and I was just like, Tyra Mail. And she pulled up. So that was her new nickname. So
yep. I would die, yo. Because, what's her name? Tyra would say, smile with your eyes, smize. And Peabody was smizing.
Yeah, she got poses.
In all her photos, she's smizing at you.
Tyra Mail.
That and the soft eyes.
And the soft eye. Yeah. Wow, them fucking soft eyes.
The little blinks. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I miss you guys and love you. Anyway,
we're her pets.
Yes. Anyway, I want to talk about Peabody. I never was like a cat person. I was always like a dog person, but Miss Peabody changed everything for me. I remember when my mother passed, I came to TK's house. I had some kind of experience, and then I came there to tell TK about it. And then I sat on the couch and Peabody came to me and she was rubbing my arm. And she was so loving and rubbing my arm over and over. I'm like, wow, this is like a human being, you know, touching me like,
Can you do the pee call?
hi, Fifi. I love you, Fifi. And you took Fifi, look at me and like, she knows. That was the nickname I gave her when she was with me.
Right. So okay, so now we're gonna put up this slideshow while Charlotte reads the obituary, and I want to thank some people. After that, I want to thank y'all, and I want to thank some folks that have taken us through this life with this this girl here.
On Tuesday, February 28th, Fiesty Misses Peabody crossed the Rainbow Bridge. She spent her final hours surrounded by family and held close in the heart of many with her head held high. She strong-armed her way into our lives with thanks to Sarah White and her first family, who cared for her in her kitten days and rehomed her with TK and C when they moved out of NYC. Mrs. Peabody's early days were filled with adventure, hiding in closets and letting neighborhood cats into the house. She also became the official cat of TK in the AM and Bondfire Radio by marking her territory in the studio. LOL. Over the years, she would live in as many interesting places as TK did, meeting as many interesting animal friends as TK did people. We hope that many of those pet friends, Bunny, Marcello, Riley, Benny, Simba, and others are guiding her on the other side. Her favorite activities were hanging out in boxes and bags, napping and lounging with TK, watching TV with C, befriending pests, asking for food, getting on your lap for some sugar, and posing for photos.
It pulled in the other.
It's weird.
She leaves behind her cat co-parents, TK and C.
Let's leave it here.
Bonus mom, Melissa, uncles Ronnie and Garvey, cat grandparents, fashion dad, and Miss Tina, and her recently made friend and cousin cat, Archie. She also leaves behind an army of friends in you who have loved her from afar for so long. Thank you all for watching her grow with us.
I'll do that part next. So thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Charlotte, for reading that for us. But we all want to thank some folks. Woo! All right, so these folks right here, want to thank these folks for contributing to her end of care, you know, making donate and end of life care. Bob, Hosanna, Danielle, April, Merrill, Ponders, Nadej, Mel, Natasha, Crystal, Gabrielle, Kia. And if you guys want to, you know, contribute to her end of life care, feel free to, I'll just drop it in the chat. You can Venmo or Cash App me. And I also want to say about that, that was the last disrespect to Miss Peabody would have been to make her leave the house. And I'm so thankful that she didn't have to leave the house this last time. And we found a lovely lady. C called her like the Mary Poppins.
Oh my gosh, she was amazing.
Shit. So if y'all ever also need a reference for this, she's a home vet, but she also does end of life care. And she just came that same day, and she said, I would have let you know if there was any other way there was any other way. And if there was any other way, you'd just be prolonging the inevitable. So she came in and she was so chill, this lady. And I love the way she greeted Miss Peabody, because some people would have came in and would have acted like your pet was already gone. She came in like Miss Peabody was gonna last 100 more years. And she said, hello, you know, my adorable friend. Okay, let's look at you. And And I was just feel like this lady was a blessing to this last time. And, you know, because you don't want to be terrorized with none of these memories and stuff of your last day with the cat. And we got to like love on her, cradle her. We played jazz in the background while it was all happening. And till the end, her little ears and her little head, and she did this thing that she does, you know, where she crosses her palms, and you know, and then the sedation came and took our girl to the Lord, high as fuck, and we love that for her, you know.
Yeah.
So in that moment, I was messaging a few people that I know would like to know, and so I want to shout out the WhatsApp crew. Nicole, Shawnee, Abby, Airis, Charlotte, Corey, Janna, Julia, Kyle, Melissa, Boots, Ronnie, my brother, and also my other brother, Garvey, who was here in the moment, making a really hard day less hard, just by like, he just was like, y'all want breakfast? You know, like, it just, sometimes you just need a person
to show up,
be
prepared for a thing.
And Garvey showed up. And then also want to call shout out my parents for doing the video chat with her, and also Melissa for doing the video chat. Melissa is Miss Peabody's bonus mom. That's her right there on the slideshow. And our past cat sitters and friends and family, Omari and Gibran. And Conscious, I want to talk to you as my cat co-parent. You said something that stuck with me the other day. Like,
what I said,
you were like, you know, is this like, you were like, I was afraid that this is our connection, like this cat, you know? And I'm like, this shit is bigger than a cat, but also it's now the cat passing, Miss Peabody's passing doesn't negate any part of our life partnership. It actually, I think this experience solidifies it more. Yeah.
I will say this week, we spent a lot of time together because you headed out to Mexico City. And again, one thing can be the catalyst for a lot of other great things. And I'm grateful for the time we spent with each other in this week, and just being together as we had to do a difficult thing. And I know tell you to divulge that shit I said to you. No, but it's interesting because in partnerships that last, there's a lot of different things that we're connected to, and it's things that we have to let go, and those are partially glued to things. But if anything, it just it made us have a really great week, and I just kind of look forward to, since you say ain't gonna be another cat.
I mean, for a minute, who knows?
Like
but right now, I'm not in a rush, you know?
Yeah, you know, Merry Christmas.
I also want to give a shout out to everybody in the room here today, and for y'all sharing, Airis, Angela, my aunt Bernadette, who's here. Archie's in the slideshow. Cedric is here, my mom and my dad, Corey, Cynthia, shout out to you, sis. Eileen, Evita, Gibran, Janna, Jason, Julia and Steph, Karen, Kimberly. Oh, Kimberly. Oh, damn, we supposed to be drinking Kimberly's wine. Kimberly, thank you for sending me that wine. It's in the room. We're gonna take that bottle down now. Melissa, Natasha, Omari, Naomi, Sam, Trey, anybody else that's watching with y'all or listening. But thank you for this. That's this time that we all shared together. Conscious, Charlotte, we about to wrap this. They over there hugging, so I'm just gonna wrap this up for us. And just thank you for being here. I don't know what camera to look at. Look at this one. Everybody, we're about to wrap it up.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We appreciate you so much.
In Mr. Peabody's memory. So all I ask y'all to do is love on some animals, any animals. Like, don't kill a cockroach today. Kill that shit tomorrow. But you know, today, Let it live.
That's a tough one.
I'm just saying that's why we have to check our egos. Miss Peabody taught me that when she was pissing all over the floor. Check the ego. Roaches are animals too. Tomorrow, get your
You on some
get your
different shit
slipper.
today. I've never heard you utter such a thing. Say that same shit about a mouse.
Oh yeah, nah, like take them niggas down. Let's see.
Crazy.
I just want to make sure I get any last comments. Thank you, Angela. She said my skin looks great. I appreciate that noticing. That was my pandemic hobby, getting my skin right. And I have a regimen. We can circle back.
Oh, one last thing, and then because there was a photo, but I didn't have the photo of Charlotte wearing the Curiosity Skilled the cat. I'm gonna make those shirts available again. So if anybody is a cat lover and would like a Curiosity Skilled the cat shirt, just holler at us.
Yeah. All right, y'all. As we would say on the morning show at the end,
We love you for listening.
we love you for listening, but we really love you for being here today.
Yeah.
So thank you, y'all. Have a great afternoon.
Until the next adventure, who knows what it will be.
Yes.